this. Brenda for the blind. Now this is an oracle I got, and I really don't like the name of it, but I love the cards, and they're kind of modern. And it's called the I Don't Care Oracle, which is not how I feel about it, but it's I don't know if you've seen on TikTok the We Do Not Care Club. It's like not being overly emotionally stuck to something is what this helps bring out quite a bit. So we're going to see what's going on with this. It feels like there should be one more coming up. Hang on. I want all of these ones here. They're kind of opposing energies, but they feel like the energies that want to come through. So for Brenda, let's take a look. We'll flip it down, and here we go for Brenda's blind. I'm getting clairaudience of the Do Re Mi song from Sound of Music, and it's like start at the beginning, asking you to return to the beginning of something, to start at the beginning of something. Invite, move towards something with the learner's mindset is what I'm getting. On the edges of this, we've got happy life and listening to advice. These are surrounding this. Now let's go back down to see what we got here. Right in the center of it, and we've got it set up in like the tic-tac-toe grid. We've got the I deserve abundance. Stop overdoing. Stop doing so much. Recognize where you are. So I deserve abundance is right in the center. Stop doing so much. Stop overdoing. You are here. Knowing exactly where you are is important right now. Abuse of power doesn't come through so much as chaos, and chaotic demands all over the place on this. Too many demands. Let yourself be delighted once again. That's what's going to lead to happiness. Let curiosity and the desire to learn guide you forward. You deserve abundance and the deserving of good things, deserving of peace, deserving of quiet. Sometimes we just deserve a breath, a moment. Sometimes we just need to slow it down, stop, and take a moment instead of pushing to do. To slow it down, you deserve a little bit more calm is what I'm getting. I'm getting inhale, exhale. Yeah. Slow it down and take a moment. You deserve to have a moment of just peace and calm and quiet. We've got these cards of don't turn back. We've got the card of learning to say no when you need to and keeping your boundaries clear. And just F it. So sometimes we just got to let go. Sometimes we get lost in our head of thinking we need to achieve all of these things in one day, and it's really not possible. Like, you know, when you make a list of things to do today and you think you've got, if I just make a list of 10 things, but before you know it, you've got 15, 20 things on the list. It's like, that's impossible. Just get the 3 main things and that's good. That'll be good. Or rip the list and chuck it. But yeah, these cards are a little bit funny, but yeah, it's sometimes impossible to do all of this. So this is what's coming through. And it's saying, happy life, listen to advice. I want one more from here. And the I deserve abundance. It's like, it's not a mythological thing. It's not over asking to expect some of this to come through. The way of faith. This is gorgeous. This says the way of faith, let faith be your guide. This is similar to this one in such regards. It's like, don't sweat it, right? Don't worry about it. Trust that the universe has this. This is great. So this is what's coming in for you. It's time for you to just kind of let go a little. Know what you deserve. Slow it down. Take care of yourself. Recognize where you are and stay a little bit more grounded. That's what I'm getting for you, honey. I hope that's helpful. That's what I've got. That feels very complete. Crystal says she got 9 done the last 2 days and the rest can wait till tomorrow. Yeah, you know what that's all about. Yeah, you definitely know. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. So that's what we got. That's just kind of a little bit crazy, but that's what's going on. So welcome. Yeah, these are some fun oracle cards, and some of my oracle decks, I don't remember the names of my oracle decks. I've just got too many cards sometimes. But yeah, they're pretty darn good. So I'll go to the ones that I feel guided to, and then I just keep moving along, moving through it, seeing what's happening, see what's going on, that kind of thing. So, okay. All right. And my sister was here the other day, so I don't know if you guys, well, probably most of you saw her, but she was here and it was so much fun. Show the spiel. Okay, yeah, I'll show the spiel. Here's the spiel. Here's what we do when we're not doing the micros and we get the paid list opening, this is how the paid list goes. It's $20 for the blind oracle, which is what you just saw. And that can be 1 deck, 2 decks, 3 decks, however many, and however many cards that want to come through. You don't ask a question, just the message that comes through is what comes through. The year ahead is 2 cards in the middle, all the 12 months around, and clarifiers as you go. And that's a pretty great read. And that one people love seeing. So that's kind of a fun one. If you want to ask a question, it's $30 for the mini, $40 for the full. And this is the amount of cards, but sometimes there's way more because I get nosy. I get nosy. Most times there's way more than that. So if you want to ask a question, this is strictly tarot. Usually we're 1 deck, 2 decks, sometimes 3 decks in on those. If you want to go for a specialty read, like the past life, the bones, the crystal ball, those are $50, and you can get those. I am recording the show, so you can see your reads on YouTube and go back and find them later. You can pay me on Venmo at @AFeistyButterfly, Cash App $ The Feisty Butterfly, and PayPal @AFeistyButterfly@gmail.com. So that's the whole deal. So if you want to get a read, let Kim know, and she keeps my brain on straight, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling. So that's what we got. So yay! Wow, it got warm in here all of a sudden. Hey, Phil, hey! So my husband's here. So if you see the, if you do the PayPal, is it the PayPal? Yeah, the @AFeistyButterfly@gmail.com, and you see Phil's name, that's my hubby. So you'll see him. So that's what we got going today, and we can keep rocking and rolling. So yeah, that's what we got going on. I also got out and pulled down from the shelf. Now this deck I keep in order, and it's called the Ask Yourself Tarot. And I thought it might be fun to do some moments where if people are wanting to learn tarot or see things that tarot brings up, kind of like mini break type of lesson or mini break type of teaching about tarot. And I pulled these down, and I also pulled out a beginner's tarot, but it's not quite in order yet. So when that one gets in order, we might use both of those, just so if people want to know, well, why does she say this about this card, or what is this card asking us to look at deeper? Because it's a lot sometimes for people to learn. So the list is open. You can get on the list and ask a question. We're going to look at the Ask Yourself Tarot, and we're just going to take one out of here and see what's going on. And we'll just have like a little mini break of teaching for a minute. I was going to shuffle these, and they're in order from the Fool out. So let's not shuffle. I'm just going to crack them. 6 of Pentacles. Now, 6 of Pentacles, typically you see the wealthy person and the 2 people with their hands out waiting for money, and the person is deciding who to give to. Sometimes that means don't settle for the breadcrumbs, but what it's about is sharing. It's also about the universe giving you a gift. It's about charity, and if you share, you get more. And it's a great lesson for us to remember right now. And this is what situation needs balance in your life. It also talks much about that. Now, in the book, we're going to go here, and that's just this person's view on what it is, and see what they have to say if there's anything more that they want to add to it. It's help from a generous friend or employer, a situation where good fortune is being shared. It can also indicate that you might be overgiving, and you've got to pay attention to where you're giving to. So that's what this is. So this is the Ask Yourself Tarot. It's kind of a hippie, trippy kind of way to look at tarot, but it's an interesting one. So I thought we'd take a peek through there, and we can just keep going. And I got that I got a lot of learners decks. So I thought, we'll see what's going on. My sister's like, you should tell people different things about that. Lizzie B. I am not a gynecologist. I can look at 3 cards for a quick micro and look at that. But the paid list is open right now. So if you want to get a real reading instead of just like a quick yes, no, or a quick micro, get on the list. Let Kim know. This is how you can get on the list. This is the things that I offer. But we'll look at that just real quick for you. Which cards do we want? We're going to go to the Golden Art Nouveau for that. Lizzie B. And this is 3 cards. I am not your OB. I'm not the doctor of any kind. I am a tarot reader. Let's see what the energy of the cards is today regarding having a baby. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit disappointing, and it's going to take a little bit of time to try again. This is the closest to the Empress. This is the Queen of Coins. There's something about karmic timing coming in on this, and there's a delay, and you have to wait. But this is like the fruits of labor coming forward after a period of time. The answer, according to these, are yes, but it feels like it's not going to be a quick, easy, quick, easy, quick, easy. No, it's going to take a little time. And I have multiple people in my family and friends that thought they couldn't have kids that ended up having kids. So, you never know, but that's the closest to the Empress. This is called the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and I have 3 of these decks. And I love it. It's really a beautiful, beautiful deck. And pretty functional, pretty Rider-Waite base, as you can see. And it's a good deck. It's a good one. So it's a good workhorse deck is what I would say on that one. Let me get a little bit of water and we'll keep going. We'll see what's going on. I am Whizbanks. That's a pretty great name. That's a pretty great name. Okay, Krista for a blind in a pinch. Okay. Wow, okay. I'm pulling for the blind still, Krista. Give me just a second. Really? Okay. These haven't come out a lot, but they are coming out. Okay. All right. So for Krista's blind, we're going to aim this down. So here we go. Now this is the Lenormand. It's a folklore Lenormand, Celtic Magic, the Elqui, and I don't remember the name of this one. So we'll see what's going on. We've got this inverted pyramid shape coming through, and this was like we want some on the side for just a minute. So we're going to get a couple to the side. See what happens here. Okay. What we're getting as bookends here is the midnight moth, which is distraction, things that take your energy away, keep you up late, things that are just distracting late at night when you're less focused. You need to learn to let this go. It's not as big as the Nine of Swords in tarot where your anxiety up night, up night, up night. No, it's like an avoidance mechanism when you're not letting go of the day as easily as it is good for you. This is distraction coming in, the midnight moth. You know when after 10 o'clock you get your second burst of energy, you get your second wind? It's like, oh, why didn't I get this earlier in the day? Feels like that energy might be interfering a little bit with what's going on. And then the initiation coming forward, something that you're meant to do that's coming towards you, coming towards you, coming towards you. Now, last night was the full moon, and it was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous out. However, it makes it a little bit different because you want to take that time, do whatever it is that is your ritual. And you can use the energy around the full moon on either side of that and do whatever ritual it is that helps serve, whether you need to do some releasing, whether you need to do some writing towards manifesting or what you want to draw towards you. It's important to pay attention to how you're using the hours between 9:30 and midnight for you are significant to you. Whether you're bookending your day or whether you're settling down, you need to let go of something and release. That's what's coming through here. Now let's see what's going on down in here. Okay. We've got the moon coming up here, the rodent, which is the mice here. We've got here the reaper, which is also the scythe. And then we have the crossroads. This is too much fantasy, too much wishful thinking, too much over-idealization of something. It takes from you. To think in too idealistic of terms is taking from you. Here you have to let something end, and don't be hazardous to yourself, you know. Don't be trying to do everything at once. And after a certain time of day, you should like cut off from doing anything tricky. Like really, really. I had one of my friends say, you know, for ADHD people, after 5 o'clock, they have more accidents. They just crash into more things. They do more things that are a little bit trickier because it's getting to be the end of the day and tired starts creeping up on them. So be aware of when your best window of time is, but it seems like you need to be cautioned towards overdoing at night. This is what's coming through. And that's what's coming through. You'll rob yourself of the time in the next day. And then what we have coming forward here, we have the crossroads, and this is about choices. And also in Lenormand's, crossroads can sometimes indicate a burden that you have to do something difficult before you can move forward. In the Celtic ones, we have the sacred flame and the celestial gate. this is going to sound sappy, but slow down and have a cup of tea is what I'm getting. Slow down and really feel the warmth that's on the teacup or on the mug when you have the cocoa, whatever it is. Slow down and drink it in. And this is warming your inner core, warming your body in such a good way. This is saying ignite your passions, let your spirit burn bright. But what I'm getting is slow down your thoughts, slow down your evening, slow down your pace, do the ritual that slows it down, that warms you inside so you can clarify what it is and burn off the frittering energy and the worry energy. The dishes in the sink can wait. The garbage can go out later. All of this other stuff, the last minute laundry, all this last minute stuff needs to stop. And slow down and just have a moment to catch your breath. This is important for you. And then the celestial gate, doors to the other realms, embrace the magic. This is, if you can take some time, and again, you know, we start the day, we might do meditating in the morning, whatever, but we need to bookend the day is what comes up. If we take the time to do this, we can open up things. We can have time where we're just letting, we might view it as letting our mind wander, but it's letting your mind go out and grab onto things, grab onto thoughts and different things in a not distracted and harried way, but just in the way of, oh, yeah, a way of realization. Oh, epiphany coming through. And it's like all of this, and then it's like, okay, all right, yeah, we can do that now. We can do that now. Then we have Reina coming in, and it's she who instigates, and it's leadership and power coming in. This is great, great, great energy coming in. We've got this on both sides of that coming in. So this is what we're seeing here. It's coming in really, really strong. What else does she need to know? Yeah, okay. All right. We're going to these other ones now. I want to go into these one more time. And these are the Lenormand. I don't think they're going to read Lenormand for even a half second here. I wondered as soon as I picked these up if Yana would want to be in on these. And she is. She is. So we're going to let her come on in. This is what we've got for the little bit down here. It's the heart, the key, the house, the cross, and also the child. Okay, let's see if she wants to say. It's this chicken that's getting her. Okay, we're going to allow, just give me a second. It's like the chicken foot in the soup. It's like the soup. It's your sister, her son. She have the son in the faraway country. He have a bowl of soup and bowl of soup and bowl of soup. Then all of a sudden he see the chicken foot in the soup and he's like, oh, I had enough soup. It's a chaos. It's also the craziness of a home and making the home. The craziness of putting things together. It's like the soup have the bones. It have the potatoes, the carrots, all the things. Even the chicken feet. Sometimes the soup of life is tricky for us. Sometimes the soup of life give us thing we don't want. Give us thing, I don't want a stinky old chicken foot. What do I want is? It's time for you to have. It's time for you to very much have. If you have chicken foot in soup, it add flavor. It add marrow. It add juiciness. It add flavor. Use what you have. Life gives you all kinds of crazy things, trinkets and gadgets and gifts that you think, oh, it's not so fun, it's not gift. It is gift, it is gift. Everything, every tricky lesson is gift. We have heart, we have house around chicken queen. We have heart, we have house around chicken queen. Heart is promise, commitment, deep love is a big promise to self. It's big heart, big heart. We have house too. House is like how we make home for self. If we not live here, if we live there, every time we live anywhere is for our own self. When we live for our own self, our own passion, our own love, our own devotion, our home come with us. You know, when I was little girl, we moved a lot, like town, and climb a tree. And one time I climbed a tree really quick and fell out of the tree, broke my arm. Did not feel it's so big gift. Feel like, oh, what happened? What happened? How come I couldn't go to the right thing? How come I climbed tree tons of times, not break arm? Broke arm, really hurt. I don't know why. Sometimes we have to break the bone to remember the lesson, to not climb so fast, to not step on the uneven branch, This was a little branch. I climbed tree a lot. I know this little branch not so good for me. But I was hiding. I was not wanting to go, not wanting to move, not wanting to go. Broke the arm. It took a long time to heal. It's a good lesson, painful lesson. Not so easy. Go back here. Cross. We talk about how we are committed to what we want to be committed to, how we learn. It's like time to take to heart what is important to us and carry with us the treasure and let go of the hard lesson. I don't need to break arm again to know not to step on the little puny branch, but I climb tree and I climb another tree and I like, oh, step on the fat branch. Yeah, this is the thing. It's a lesson for learning, and it's a lesson over time, devotion of heart, over time, choices that feel like, oh, no, ow, painful lesson. Is a teacher. Is a child wants out again, a child wants to remember, a child wants to learn, child wants to play time again, and she's friend Nail. She funny giggle girl. Yes, she like play a lot. She say do things like play. It's because if you go in play, you learn quick, right? Yeah. If you learn to climb tree, you learn hangman without hanging. If you climb right, if you climb and don't fall out and break your arm, you learn hangman. Yes, you know this. What else? Anything else? Oh, yes. Easy. Look again at these, honey. This is you. This is you. This is you. This is you. Little girl always with us, big girl. Little girl always with us, big girl. When we get bigger, we think, oh, we grow, we forget about broken arm. We forget about silly adventures as little kid. No, we move forward very quick. We learn things very quick when we little. Then we grow, get big, we get too serious, way too serious. But we must do what we must do. It's time to lead, but let the play also lead the heart. Then you lead the others. Okay? That feels complete. Yeah, that's good. That feels complete. That's what she's got in your blind. Yeah. So that's what she's got. So, yeah. And when Yana wants to step in, I let her step in. It's interesting that she's referencing her broken arm. I've never broken a bone in my life, ever. So I've been lucky in that way. But she's referencing when she was younger and how the lessons can be painful, but they're lessons nevertheless. And the child mindset, if we keep that and carry that with us, is also super helpful to us. Yeah, I'm trying to ask what else. I think she's got it covered. I think she covered it probably better than I did. All right, the pinch. What else? Oh, and explain about the chicken soup. So, my sister has her son on a mission, and he is in Bolivia, and he had chicken soup, and somebody brought him like soup, and it had everything in it, and she had this video, and there was a chicken foot in it, and he's like, that's enough soup. That's how we are about life sometimes. It's like, oh, okay. So it's so funny. Yeah, the spirits, the guides, all of them, they don't mind getting into whatever the details are of your life and bringing it right here, like you're seeing a movie or whatever, to help you learn. They don't mind that at all. Broke leg twice, 2.5 times, not something you want to do again. Yeah. Okay, we're going to see what's going on with the charms for Krista. Wow, that's a lot. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Flip this down. We'll take a look. All right. We're seeing a time of change. I'm very much on the wings of change here. This is the dragonfly energy coming in. Hopefully you can see that down there. The dragonfly right here. And then the moving forward. It's like stepping into new shoes. You've outgrown old shoes, stepping into new ones. And these aren't high heels, and this is not a grown-up thing. This is get ready to work. Put your track shoes on, because things are going to start accelerating quickly. So make sure that you are ready and prepared. You got the butterfly here and the butterfly here. Dragonfly, butterfly. You know the butterflies are all about change and transformation. So I'm going to see if I can get these and show you. You've got the silver and the gold coming through on those. So you've got 2 butterflies coming through that are saying that change is happening for you quite soon. And we're going to see what's going on here. I want to see this. This is third eye energy opening up. This is using heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, all coming in on this. It's like everything around you, everything around the environment, and it's the heart chakra and up. Those three are the ones that you need to pay attention to right now. This is going to help you. This is not just about what the heart wants and the desires of the heart, but it's also opening that third eye and letting the intuition lead you and guide you a little bit more strongly moving forward in the next 3 months. And I'm getting 3 months. I'm getting like bing, bing, bing here. 3 months I'm getting, and that's what, I don't know what that's about. This is what is coming in. The next 3 months is coming in for you. You've got the star here. This is about finding true north, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. The star card in tarot is often about allowing the healing waters to be there and finding your true north again. And that seems absolutely right on. Here we're seeing the sheep coming in again, and we've got this purple coming in. Again, the third eye coming in. There's something coming in the dream space here. Who your heart is devoted to. And this comes in as mother, child, parent type of energy. This doesn't come in at feeling like a soulmate's energy. This feels like for the love of a child. And it feels like a time where you're trying to make choices that are protective of you and your children. You're trying to think of what makes cohesive family time without creating too much, how would you say that? How do you create cohesive family time without creating too much drama about it, without creating too much rigidity, restriction, and rules, but allowing there to be tradition, allowing there to be cohesiveness without feeling like it's when you have a teenage kid and it's tricky to have them be able to see that they have rules for a reason, that kind of thing. It's the family traditions without having rigid tradition coming in the way. You've got more wings coming in here with the owl. You got the ladder. You got the cat on the moon here. Now this is interesting. The owl is all about wisdom, and it's about night energies and paying attention to things at night. The ladder, the things you do to climb, to ascend. And when we see the ladder, when we get references to the climb, of course you're going to get references to the Miley song. Of course you're going to get references to a step-by-step. You're doing things slowly, 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 but it is progress. You don't always know how much progress you're making, but it is time to do that. Time to do that very strongly. Anything else with that? It feels like the ladder and the climb, there needs to be time where you pause and rest. So you can't do it. You can't like skip 3 rungs is what I'm getting on this. You can't skip 3 rungs. You've got to pay attention to being grounded where your feet are and then get into the higher chakra work. This is what I'm getting. The cat on the moon. There's something about the moon times for you and the cycles of the moon. We've also got the crescent moon, whether it's waxing or waning, you would know better than I do, but that's when inspiration's going to hit and when you know when to release. You've got ideas coming in here, brilliance coming in here. There's a trickster energy coming right through here. Really interesting. We've got the trickster rabbit and we've got a little bit of the mice in the tree and then the blade. Ooh, okay. On these, what we're seeing is there's a little bit of the trickster, the wascally wabbit, the Bugs Bunny kind of energy comes off of this rabbit a lot. There's a few different rabbits that I have in my charms. This doesn't feel like the fool. It feels like the trickster and being clever enough to outmaneuver old family stories that you need to cut and carve away. This is about the health of the tree, the health of the family, and growth, overall health, but something needs cut away. The mice, if we see in Lenormand, they're usually the thieves. They're the sneaky Petes, right? And there's something about an old narrative that needs to be let go and outgrown. We're going to go into the cards and see what's going on with that. I'm getting to go into the sci-fi cards, which is really weird, but okay, we're going there. Because I want to know what's going on right here. It needs to be right here. 7 of Pentacles. This is what we're seeing here. This isn't the sneaky Pete the thief. That's the 7 of Swords. 7 of Pentacles is when you see the fruits of labor. That would be more about the kids. Don't rob your joy because of disappointment or some kind of old narrative that doesn't serve anything else. Magician's coming through strong. This is the energy. This is why you're getting the dragonfly, the butterflies. This is why you're getting transition. This is why you're getting change. Because you're doing something a little bit different. The magic has to happen. This is what you're creating. And this one, these cards are so funny. This one says, the master of everything. An exciting adventure and the limits of the human comprehension. If you want miracles to happen, you have to go beyond those limits. You have to trust beyond those limits. You have to go bigger than that. You have to go to your own true north and trust that. That's what's coming through for you. That's what's going forward. Cut away whatever is the old story that doesn't serve and let it go. Just let it go. Sometimes we think we have that let go. Sometimes we think we've completely gotten over it or let it go and we're done with that lesson. And kind of creeps in again. So don't let it creep in and steal your joy. Don't let whatever that old narrative is creep in and create doubt. No, time to nip that in the bud. That's what I've got. That feels complete. Holy smokes, that was a different one, but that's what we got. So, holy cow, that was a lot. All right. Let me get these put away. I'll throw those back in with the other charms. And charms I do $10 by the pinch, guys. Krista has been in here and she knows what those are, but I don't have that on my board, but that's what that is. So incredibly validating. Thank you so much. You are so, so welcome, honey. Yeah, I trust whatever's coming through. I trust. I don't have to know what's going on to just let it come through, and you guys will know. You'll know how it hits. So, all right. Let me get some water. Okay. All right. Now I'll put these down here, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling for a minute and see what's going on. Okay. Okay. I think I'm caught up. I'm looking at my phone and trying to see if I'm caught up, and I think I am caught up with what's going on. So we will go into a collective next, I think. Yeah. So I have the Forest Spirit Tarot. Thank you, Kim. And this one I was seeing before I got on today, and it's like Yana really wanted me to pull these cards, and I haven't had these out in a while. It's like, let's take a look and see what's going on. And these ones seem to remind Yana of the people that she knows, that she dealt with, that she walked with. So I don't know what that's about or why, but that's what's coming through. Okay. This is what we're getting. We've just got 6 here, so what we're seeing is brewing and the heartbeat of the drum. This is asking to make sacred whatever it is you're doing. Make sacred what it is you cook. Make sacred what it is that you take in, that you consume. Make sacred what it is that you sing. Make sacred the time that you honor the self and honor the soul. The healer's here, as wise counselor and magical spirit is here too. This is what happens. You want to use the wisdom to help manifest, to bring something forward. This is huge, huge, huge. We have the spirit of the inner child coming through here. This is asking us for temperance to bring forward. It's a spirit of balance. We were talking about that in the previous read, a little bit about the young child and then the woman. We talk about this when we reference Nell. She comes in a lot and talks about play, time to play, time to remember, time to play. It feels like at this time there's a lot of wounds that are from younger years that need to be looked at, addressed, and moved through, beyond, and move forward. And then here we have the 6 of Cups coming in here. And this is, we're just talking about play. This is the 6 of Water, 6 of Cups, and womb. And we're talking about child. This is going back to like the time of baby, the time of infant, remembering how you saw through those eyes. You can see with the hope of a child, the curiosity and the wonder of a child, and not be overly naive after having a few lessons in life, after having a few lessons that give you the wisdom. This is what's coming through. Now I'm going to flip these. And is there anything else coming in on these? Yeah. Yana wants in about this one. It's about the tune. It's about dancing to your own tune. He's the man who play the flute. It's the man who play the tune. It's the man who play the song. He's like a one to follow. Lots of times people listen to other person's song, think, oh, that's a song for me. Think, oh, this good song, I follow this guy. He know what he doing. Not always so. Not always so. We know better than the man who play the flute. We know our own song, our own hum that we do, our own do hum, sing the song from here. This is what we want, what call us forward. This is important for us. We know our own drum. We know. We sing the song, we play, and it's a boom, it's a boom, it's a boom, it's a boom. Pretty soon the rhythm that is our rhythm come. We go our own way for our own song. We don't follow other guy with tricky song. His song for him, your song for you. It's important for you, remember. It's also, yes, it's also good. The rhythm come first before the song sometime. Some people maybe get the words, maybe get the song, maybe get a little bit of a song words over and over and over, like happy tune, happy tune, happy tune, like nursery rhyme, like lullaby song. Yes. Like lula lula lullaby. Yes, like lullaby. Uh, it's time for song to return to heart before you go to sleep. It's time is important. Yes, yes. Is allow for rhythm again. Allow for feel heartbeat again. Allow for these to happen for you to move through. Anything else? She's saying, remember the beat of your own heart. She's saying, remember what it is that is your own rhythm that calls you forward before chasing after somebody else's song, before thinking somebody else knows your own heart. Is sometimes we get in this energy where we see everybody, like you might see American Idol or some of those contest shows, and you see somebody singing, it's like, oh, they're fabulous. And you think, oh, I don't want to sing because I'm going to be judged, that kind of thing. But there's so much competition in the world right now, and we hear other people say things, and don't let anybody be your guru. Be your own guru. Be your own guide. This is important for you to get in touch with the cadence of your own heart, get in touch with your own rhythm, your own song, your own desire, your own alignment, your own intuition with your higher self. It's huge important right now because there are a lot of competing voices that want to pull one way or another, and she's really asking to get grounded and remember how you were as a child and move forward from that in a balanced way is important for us right now. That's what I'm getting. That feels very complete. Okay. That's what we got on this. And this is the folk spirit, the tarot of the folk spirit, I think is right. And it's a gorgeous deck. Super, super gorgeous. So that's what we got going on with this one. So, all right. We'll let that be right there. So let me get a drink of water and we'll see what else is going on. And I'll show you my commercial. You know what I think we'll do is the elements again. I like to do the elements sometime. So we're going to do, this is the commercial. Kim knows. Kim just posted it. That's good. We'll let that be. We're going to do like earth, fire, water, air. And we're going to do for that. And we'll see what's going on with that. That's what I'm feeling called to do. We're going to the Anna Kay Tarot. And this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. This is the Anna Kay Tarot. We're going to the earth signs. And that's what we're doing. So let's see what's going on for the earth signs from the Anna Kay Tarot. Let's take a look. This is coming up as like the full set of 10 coming up for the earth signs. So pay attention, earth signs. This is what we got. We've got this time of overwhelming happiness, and there's a challenge of nostalgia for some of us. This is a great Six of Cups. It's so beautiful. Love this one. But the time of happiness and contentment coming in. And then this challenge is not to be overly nostalgic for them. There's something that's coming to an end. The earth signs don't want to have an end. There's a new transition. This is when you have metamorphosis, death and rebirth, the phoenix energy, butterfly energy, all of this transformative energy. Conscious has the high priestess energy. There's something hidden that you need to ask as you transform at this period of time. Here in the subconscious, we have the Two of Pentacles. There's a juggling going on, and the environment around is, are you being celebrated? The Three of Cups, people should be lifting a glass and toasting to you. This is for the earth signs. Where are you spending your time and who are you surrounding yourself with? It's important to know and pay close attention to. There are some circles that you need to be interacting with that you haven't let yourself get to, and it's time to get there, okay? Ace of Swords is coming up in the recent past and Seven of Coins in the near future. This is coming up telling us quite a bit. The Ace of Swords is talking about the new thoughts, new ideas, and the clarity that's coming through in the recent past. The Seven of Coins talks about the fruits of labor coming through and sometimes the disappointment. In this one, it's all buried. It's not so much that it's coming off the bush here. It's more coming from the ground. There's something about this that you need to evaluate where you're putting your work into and what is being yielded from that. The environment around us is justice is coming, and this is in many ways it's big. It's bigger than just any one person. There's karmic laws rebalancing right now, and the King of Cups is saying keep calm, keep calm, keep calm as you move through this. Be detached from emotional bullshittery, for lack of better terms. Be detached from drama. Let the compassion be there. Let your compassionate heart be there, but don't let the emotions rule. You rule over the emotions and keep calm as you move forward. That's complete for the earth signs. So that's what we've got. And that is the Australian 10 layout. It's the Celtic Cross just reordered and spread a little bit different, but it's the same. Same. So that's what we got on that. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. Then we're going to go to the next sign. I think we're going to go to the water signs. Water signs just have 5 cards coming through. The list is open. Get on the list if you want to get a reading, and we'll see what's going on. I will do the elements because that's what I'm feeling called to do, and then we'll see what's going on with the paid list. If you're on the paid list, then the elements will wait, and we'll just move through it how we move through it. Water signs is coming up next. Wow. Wow, okay, for the water signs, this is what we're seeing. We've got Judgment, 4 of Coins, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the Moon. This is somebody that's been overly harsh. Usually this is the to thine own self be true, restoration, resurrection, wholeness, that kind of stuff. This is sometimes a card of second chances. It's when the higher angel calls you out, calls you up. It's answering that kind of call. And it feels like there's been a harshness on self, a little bit too much. There's been a holding back with this 4 of Coins about self. This just feels like somebody in the water signs has been overly critical of themselves. The Queen of Cups remembers the lesson of loss, and then she dreams her dream again, and it feels like she's not quite ready to dream again. She feels like she's remembering loss a little too harshly. This again is about celebrations and being with your soul tribe, your soul family, coming together and being where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. That's a big difference. Be where you're celebrated is what comes through with this card. And then the Moon. Some people are stuck in a cycle where fear is getting the better of them. They're not going deep. They'd rather just be in their comfort zone than face their fear is what I'm getting. And it's the time to get out of the comfort zone, face the fear, but do it in a way that you can dream your dream again. Do it in a way that you're surrounded by love and not overly critical of yourself. That's what's coming through for the water signs. Anything else on that? No, it's just this one. I don't usually get the Judgment card coming in with such harshness, but that's what it feels like. And usually if we're hard on ourselves, we tend to be a little bit hard on others, but it's mostly a reflection of where we're at in our own space. This is asking for us to be a little more gentle with ourselves, asking for us to remember to lift a glass and celebrate ourselves. This is huge important. This is what I've got for the water signs, and this is the Morgan Greer Tarot, and it's a beautiful, beautiful one. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's very 70s-ish in its feel, in its vibe, but that's what I got on that. Okay. What else we got going on? Hey there, Lothar. I cannot see that and not think of Saturday Night Live. They did some kind of skit, and they had Lothar of the Hill People or something, and it just cracks me up to see that name. That's great. Oh, thanks, Krista. Thanks. All right. So, all right. The list is open. If you want to get on the list, this is what we're doing. The $20 blind, $30 for the year ahead. Year ahead has 2 or 3 in the middle, all 12 around, plus clarifiers. So that's usually two decks at least, sometimes 3. And then the mini and the full is $30 for the mini. That's 7 to 10 cards. $40 for the full. Specialty reads right here. They take a little longer. They're always recorded. And then this is how you can pay me. Let Kim know if you've paid to get on the list and get a paid reading. And we'll go to the next element. So, okay. We'll see what's going on for the next element. We're going to the fire element next. Wow, I'm surprised we're going there, but that's where we're going. Wow. Okay. This is the one I want. I'm not sure if this is the Graffiti Tarot or what. It's a little bit of a trippy deck for the fire element. Well, you'll see why I like this deck, and you'll also see why the fire element needed this. This is hilarious. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands coming through for the fire element big time. This is a time where your sparkle and shine is important. This is the most approachable, most magnetic of the queens. She's really, really dynamic. But sometimes if she's feeling over-fevered, she's territorial, and that can get in her way. Her stubbornness can get in her way. She might think she's dug in and doing something strong, and usually the Strength card is about following your own intuition, paying attention to what's going on, following the gentle nudge. This is coming through as almost like she's trying to prove something with Strength here, and it doesn't need to be forced. It's not about muscle. It's about gentle and following the gentle nudge. Now, this one just cracks me up. This one's like, it's the cutest little devil ever. She wants to force whatever it is. So for the fire element, it feels like somebody's stubbornness is so dug in that they are unwilling to see it different. And it's This sometimes will come up as lies or deceit or addictions or whatever. This is coming in as pride. So you guys know the whole pride before the fall, blah, blah, blah. This is pride and ego getting in the way, having to prove the strength rather than following the gentle nudge. This is huge, huge, huge. The next thing up, 8 of Cups. This is wanting to leave something that's unfulfilling. And often you'll see this in somebody's walking away because something's missing. This one's just like, ah! They're looking for something that can be found there. It's unfulfilled. It's looking, and not finding. It needs to go forward, And then here we have the 8 of Coins. So we've got the 8 of Cups here, looking in the wrong place, and the 8 of Coins, doing something that comes second nature. Now, usually you see this, and it's the dude that's the craftsman. It's like he's making the money. He's doing something hammer over tongs, and he's building, and stacking the coins up. This is something that comes second nature. When we take all of this together in conjunction, it's somebody that has the ability and the strong leadership skills that are inherent to them. I put the puzzle piece there. Somebody with strong leadership skills that is inherent to them, but their stubbornness is overcoming their need to look a little bit more about what's going on below the surface emotionally in order to move forward. That's what's coming through. Anything else on this one for the fire signs? Funny little deck. High Priestess. You know better. This is going within. This is the gates of wisdom. This is sitting at those gates of wisdom and seeking for the answers. This is when you know better and you can do better. And this is what's leading forward. This is asking you to have what is the strength in your leadership ability, what is dynamic and magnetic about you as one of the things about you instead of the only thing about you. That's what's being called forward. So if you have people that are the fire signs right now, they might be stubbornly entrenched in something and not really sure why. And it could be pride and ego. And if you slow them down and talk with them, they might be more open to a little bit of flexibility than they realize once they slow down, because this inner wisdom is right there telling them so. All right, that's what we got. Full read for Joni. Okay. Joni, did you put your question in there? Let me take a peek. If I don't see it, I'll have you just type it into the chat. I just see full read, Joni. I don't see your question there. So if you would put your question into the chat or let me know what you want me to read on, I'm happy to do that. And we'll keep on going. Let me change out this tray real quick. Let's get this right here. We'll get this next tray out. All right. And we'll get a little water, and we're going to go into Joni's read for a full. What do you need to know about men? Couldn't we write a whole encyclopedia set on that? They are fascinating and funny creatures, I'll tell you. They really, really are. Okay, for Joni, this is a good one. What do I need to know about men? Where are we going to go for this one? We are going to the Dark Mansion, if I can find where it is. That's where we're going. It's one of my favorite decks, but as you can see, there's bajillion decks in here. But I've got to see where I put that one. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. The Dark Mansion for Joni. What do I need to know about men? And we have plenty of cards here. We'll put that there. And we're going to get into it for Joni. Now, we've got the Dark Mansion decks, and I've got the bigger decks and the smaller. Very, very interesting. This is coming through in a different kind of way. What I'm getting and what I'm going to go to is we're going to do yin-yang. We're going to do opposite forces. So it's not just person A, person B. It's masculine and feminine force. And this is going to be what we blatantly know. And then these are going to represent what might be under the surface or subconscious that we don't know that we need to look at. Okay, really wild. Okay, what do we need to know about men? And we need to know about both the energies, not just the masculine in order to be feminine, or vice versa. We need to know about both sides of the energy. I said the other day, it is the sacred and the profane are two sides of the same coin. And I think we get to this point where sometimes we see things as black and white, or opposing, or only in one energy, or only in the other. This is the things we need to remember. And I'm getting about the masculine right here. And we're going to look at the feminine too, and then we'll see what's coming through on the highlights. And if we need more cards, we'll get more cards. Okay. What I'm getting here, let me flip this down so you can see too. What I'm getting here is, oh bother, the over-idealized, the over-romantic notion, all of this puts a pressure, creates a lot of pressure. Some men are not up for this perfect ideal. It's like the girl who looks at the Brides magazine and has this huge wedding plan in her head. And, you know, she's young and she's dreaming and she's dreaming. And the dudes at that age are not dreaming of Bride magazine. They are just busy, hunting, that kind of thing. And that just is, it feels like difference between estrogen, testosterone, without being overly sexist or generalization, but that's what it feels like. So the girls are thinking more like tra-la-la-la, wedding days, perfect match, security, all of that. And the men feel that, and they feel this as pressure. Oh no, I need to move on. That's just too much, and overwhelm. Huge was coming in there. The men are thinking more about ambition, job, tasks going forward, hunting and proving worth, hunting and figuring out their station, finding their place. This is what it feels like. And this is the analogy of the early 20s era of time, how it's viewed a little bit differently. And then the two paths. And this is like the world in the hand versus the world on the horizon. One of them is seeing really close up like this, and the other one is seeing broad. So this is what's going on. And it feels like the more you try and shove a certain view a certain way, the less it gets understood, the more conflict and chaos and crazy is coming up with this. It really is on this masculine energy here. It really is understanding the task nature. Yeah, okay. The task nature of men, sometimes they have a box of nothing that they're thinking of, and women are thinking of bajillion different things. I know this sounds old school. I know I probably sound like my grandma on this, but sometimes this is how they operate. They operate differently, and that's okay. It's just a different way of operating, often to get to the same point, often to get to the same resolve that would be there, the same end goal would be there, but the approach can be so radically different. This is what's coming in the masculine, and what's the unknown here in the masculine energy. And then we're gonna have one more that's blended. I can just feel that that's what we need to do. So oh my goodness. Okay, look here. Again, in the masculine energy, they don't want to be overburdened by things that are painful. They have trouble learning to move on. The Hermit, they'll take time away. They'll refuse something and take time on their own to do their own thinking before they move forward. They have to feel like they have choice, and the feeling of needing to be their own leader. Now, we've heard the cliche, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Sometimes you can lead a horse to water and they are going to act so dumb. They're going to go to the nearest wherever that's down the street and think of Old West Town. They're going to go to a cactus and stand there and expect water to just rain down on them. How do you put that in anything close to a polite way? Sometimes men are thick as a brick is what I can say. And that really sounds really rude, but it's because we are seeing it from a different point of view and it feels like they are not getting it at all. They need to feel like they have power. They need to feel like they have choice, as does every human on the planet. But for them, if they aren't feeling that, they might just feel frustrated and confused and not know how to let go of a certain situation. Tasks are good. Giving a task to someone, male or female, giving a task to someone to sort through, like I like to do knitting and it helped me settle down and let my brain kind of settle down. Sometimes men don't realize and don't know this. So in the general broad sense about men, what we're getting is sometimes they don't see the gift that's right beside them. They don't see it and they refuse to see it. They have two choices that they cannot see yet. They need time to figure it out. This repeat is coming through as part of the lesson. They have trouble knowing when to move on, trouble knowing how to discern what might be painful. They aren't, at least in Utah, and in America in general, sometimes they aren't as good at dealing with emotions, and they haven't been allowed to have the range of emotions that women have been allowed to feel. There is what is, I would say, the rise of the divine feminine is coming, and toxic patriarchy is leaving. That doesn't mean that the masculine isn't honored. The divine masculine is so important, and the divine masculine has to be honored as much as the divine feminine. But that's not control, 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 control on either side of the equation. Choice needs to be allowed. Now we're going to look and snoop around in the feminine aspects of the energy. I'm going to leave the masculines over here. And then we're going to get specific to you. These ones, I only want 3 cards each on these. But just a heads up and reminder for the Divine Feminine, what do we need to know in relation? In relationality, as some people say. Okay. Be clear about what it is you want. Don't let yourself be like the damsel in distress, the captive to the overly romantic notions. Ride your own horse. Be your own hero. The ideal romance, those idealistic, the Brides magazine that I referenced before, the over-idealization keeps us captive instead of clear. Get clear about what really makes a good relationship, what really works for you. Think about when you're friends and your kids. You're a little kid and you're trying to learn what makes a good friend, what makes a best friend. Those kinds of things need to be considered when we do the dynamic of partnering, whether it's romantic, masculine or feminine, either side. You need to know what's going to make a good friend. If you're thinking, okay, you want to be, you know, married or dating or in love or whatever, you want somebody that's got your back. You want somebody that's your friend at the bare minimum. And that gets so forgotten. You don't need somebody to come in and rescue you. You need to rescue yourself. Have the high and romantic ideals, but you rescue your own self by letting go of the limiting beliefs. This one could wriggle out of this as quick as she wanted. And she could be clear. All she really needs is one sword and she can move forward. Now let's see what else is going on here. I do have a 5th deck of these. And I might break it open and just crack it for the bridging on this one. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. What we're seeing here is the Wheel of Fortune and fate and divine timing is something that needs to be honored and not pushed. Allow fate and fortune and divine timing to step in. Queen of Wands, always understand your sparkle and shine. This one always knows that she has the cookie. She always is the one that walks in and people go, phew. And I've described her before as somebody that comes in and everybody's heads turn. And it could look like physically that she's not the cutest person in the world. It could have looked like, you know, that she caught a football with her nose one year and she's got a broken nose or something. She could look like that, but somehow it adds up to magic, dynamic, gorgeous. And it's because it comes from within. And then the happy ever after that she has acquired for herself comes from within and then it exudes elsewhere. So she creates the harmony all around. She creates the happy in her own right. This is what she creates. And that's what makes her so magnetic. She's not depending or putting pressure on somebody else to fulfill or to complete. No, she's already got that understood. So we're going to see what's going on. I'm breaking the 5th deck. Now this one I may have put in order. And I even have a 6th of this around here somewhere. But this one I think I may have put in order. So if I put it in order, I'm just going to break it into 3 pieces and we'll see what happens. I haven't edged this one yet. Okay. All right. Break it into 3 pieces. This is the deck in the center. Deck in the center. I want the top and the bottom card off of here. We've got the King of Coins and the Ace of Coins. We have the King of Coins here. You asked about the masculine. This is as far as businessman. This is the one that stacks the coins, the one that provides security. This is huge. What men worry about, what men think about is how are they seen? They are always, this is my mother talking right now, so just so you know, they are always measuring themselves against themselves. And what they measure is the size of their goodies, if you know what I mean, the swing, and the size of their wallet. And they often are comparing this, not awesome, often are comparing. And they are seeing how they measure up either with the swing factor or with the money-making factor. And this is old-fashioned, but there's a lot of truth in what they're saying. And it's like once they feel secure in themselves, once a man feels secure in whatever, they can't control what their genetic inheritance is, right? But they can control how they earn their living, how they make their money, and how they feel about themselves. And this is something that people don't really take time to think of, even though it's old school. If a man is miserable doing his job, he's not going to feel very happy with himself. He's going to hate it. If a man loves his job Now, Phil, my husband, he loves, loves, loves to drive, to the point that we've gone on the Sunday drive and ended up from Salt Lake to Idaho. And, 3 hours later, we're in Idaho on a Sunday drive. He drives for a living, and he loves to drive in his time off. And if you could ask him what he wanted to do, drive. He loves, loves, loves it. That is something that makes a person happy, whether they're male or female. If you're doing something to earn the money, to bring in the reward, to really feel valued, and you love doing it, it is huge, huge happy for you. It makes all the difference in the world, and it has to be honored. And sometimes they don't know. And sometimes we don't know what it is we want to do or what it is we want to pursue. But they need supported. The masculine needs supported just as much as the feminine when they're learning and wanting to grow and wanting to do things. Don't expect them to operate like the feminine, but they do need to have a little bit more emotional support. And I'm not saying baby the bastards, no. They get coddled and babied enough, frankly, from my limited point of view. But sometimes they need support, and they need to know that they're doing well. They need to know it's okay to change your mind on something. Men generally are very, very afraid of looking bad around other men, around other people, and afraid of getting it wrong. That's why the old thing about, if the woman asks the man, let's stop and get directions, and it never happens, because they don't want, to get a man to say, I don't know, as an answer to a question is damn near impossible. They don't ever want to not know. They feel like they have this pressure that they need to know, need to know, need to know. And this is one, and this is coming in about, for the masculine, what it is to know. They need to know their value, their worth, what they're doing, that it's making a difference. Anything else? I don't know where my 6th deck like that is. We're going to go to the just a regular Rider-Waite here. We're going to Tarot Mucha, actually. And it's pretty Rider-Waite based. Anything else about what do you need to know about men? What do you, since you're asking, need to know about men? Keep it simple like a sandwich. There's the kiss analogy, and it's keep it simple, stupid. But this is coming through, keep it simple like a sandwich. Sometimes you can make a man a sandwich, slice it in half, and bring it to him on a plate, and he feels like you've just lassoed the moon for him. Keep it simple like a sandwich. Do simple acts of kindness, simple acts of love for your partners in it, whether they're male or female. The masculine and the feminine are different, but it doesn't matter. We all have masculine energy. We all have feminine energy within each of us. It doesn't matter if there's a couple, if 2 guys are in love and they're married, 2 girls are in love and they're married, whatever, or they're just a long-term couple, one of them is going to be more masculine. One of them is going to be more feminine. We all have masculine and feminine in both of us, but keep it simple like a sandwich. Do the simple, easy things that you can do for each other that are showing love in a way, whether it's an act of service, whether it's a, hey, thanks, whatever it is. Keep it simpler. Understand and keep it basic on the level of friendship. And that helps so much, and people overlook that. This two of Cups is coming through pretty strong. This is a partnering. This is also perfect partnering in business. It can be the lovers. It can be stronger than the lovers sometimes. It can be kindred spirits, like your sister from the other mister that, like, just really, really, you get, she understands you, that kind of thing. But this is coming equal to it. They're each bringing a cup to it. It's an equal offering thing. Anything else? Okay, all right. When we're holding back, when we're overly miserly, when we're overly greedy, holding back, and only measuring by one thing, it shortchanges us. When we look through rose-colored glasses, it shortchanges us. This is the card of the energy of the equal trade, and it needs to be equal trade, not rose-colored glasses. Equal trade. The 6 of Cups and the 2 of Cups both speak to that. This one talks about friendships and childhood and this protected time where you don't have all these strings attached and all these expectations that make it screwy. The rose-colored glasses don't serve the feminine in relation to the masculine. If you expect them to come in and be the hero for you, you're setting yourself up. You're putting pressure on something that doesn't need to be there. Anything else? One more. And then we're going to just call this sermon done. Let the role and the identity shift a little bit. Be creative in what you're doing and allow yourself to move forward in a new and different way. If you get something when you're going towards the emotional waters and you get the stinky fish and you're like, ah, this is a surprise. This is like, I didn't expect this. There might be something of greater substance there if you take a look. There might be something of greater substance there than you expect. and you need to get curious and creative in how you move forward. Your curiosity about how you can find solutions is going to lead you to better and better solutions rather than problem solving or needing to know all the answers. Let the curiosity lead you to more solutions. Let the curiosity lead you to teamwork. Okay, that sermon's over. Done. Hopefully that answered your question. Holy cow. Yeah, wow, that was 5 decks. And guys, I really don't know where, I have this 5th deck here, but I really don't know where the 6th one is. I'll have to hunt around and see if I can find it. But yeah, that's what we got. So, okay. So that's what we got. Yeah. And the paid list is open. If you want to get on the paid list, let Kim know, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling and keep going. But this was the Dark Mansion. This one is the Dark Mansion Tarot. This one is the Tarot Mucha. And that was a, holy smoly, a big one. That was a big one. But that's it in a nutshell. And this is based on kind of my knowledge, what the tarot cards are bringing forward. You might have insights too that might be like, okay, Mom used to say this or Graham used to say this, and it's like, I don't know. And then you're like, that's why they said that. So sometimes the wisdom that is from our grandmothers, from our ancestors, that kind of thing, sometimes it comes through and it's like, yeah, I don't think so. Like one of those that they used to say is, they won't buy the cow if they can get the milk for free, which is so crazy of a saying, but there might be some truth in it. So you do your own pondering on that. I will never tell a person what they need to do, have to do, blah, blah, blah. As bossy as I am, to me, men are fascinating creatures, crazy creatures, really fun people. And if we forget to let them be people, we shortchange ourselves. So they get to be people too. Just because they're kickstands doesn't mean they aren't people. So, okay. That's what I got. Let me get a little water. All right. That was a heck of a question, Joni. Heck of a question. Yeah, if you let anybody be with you and you having fun with them and it's fun to be around them, who doesn't like being with somebody that thinks they're fun? I mean, who doesn't like that? And if you have all this pressure and expectation put on each other, whether it's your guy that you're interested in romantically, a family member, a friend or whatever, when we let each other just be each other, that's when we have the most fun in our relationships. Yeah. And don't expect men in general, don't expect your guy friends to operate like your girlfriends that are your close, like your sister friends, right? Because there's a different kind of role, a different kind of role that they play. So, you know, if Phil goes to the knitting shop and sits down with me, that's great. And he's done that on a time or two. But I can't say that he's like, oh, I'm just jonesing to go to the craft store ever. There's something that sounds sexist, and it's just like, I'm not ever going to be real excited to go to the AutoZone. Now, some people, I can change my own oil. I can change a tire. I've done it with long nails on before. But that doesn't mean I prefer it. So know what your differences are. And some of them are more masculine, feminine, inherent differences. But some of them, it's just like you got to just know who you're with and have fun. Have fun. All right. That's enough preaching on that. Kim, is there anyone else on the list, or are we about done? We'll see how it goes. I got through all of the signs except for the air as far as the elementals. So if there's no one on the list, we'll go to the air signs and do a collective for the air signs. Okay. Let's do a collective for the air signs. We're going to go to this Avalon Tarot. Reflections of Avalon, I think is what it is for the air signs. Let's see what's going on there. Okay. All right, let me show you what I got here. Put it down here. What we've got for the air signs, the death coming in, it's like the crisp winter night. This particular time, the air signs in this particular winter of 2025, as we're going through December and as we lead into January, it's going to feel cold, colder than usual. I wouldn't say necessarily bitter, but cold, difficult, hard. They are not getting the winter of the barely there snow. A lot of the air signs are getting the winter that is blizzard, 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 blizzard. And what this comes through as emotional difficulty, challenging, cold in some of the closer relationships, not really understanding why the relationships feel like there's coolness and distance, but that's what's coming through right now. And this chill winter night, this is what it feels like. This feels like it is set for the 3-month period of time, but there is death and rebirth happening. It's like in Bette Midler's song, The Rose, far beneath the winter snow is the rose, in the spring becomes the rose. It's like there are happenings afoot, even though we don't know it. And sometimes the air signs like to be very evidential, logic, sword suit, logic, evidential based, like to know. And this is a time where their heart is softening in a different way and growth has to happen, and it's just different. Holy crapola, that gave you chills. Yeah, it's just going to be different for them. The divine feminine is coming in, and some of them aren't recognizing what that's going to look like for them, what that is going to be. And the logic override that is the nature of a lot of the air signs is something that needs balanced and recalibrated with their way of grounding and where they're at, and understanding where they're actually at and allowing themselves to feel more grounded rather than trying to think their way out of a paper bag, right? They couldn't, some things you can't think your way out of a paper bag. That's just how it is. The Four of Pentacles, there is enough there. There is plenty there, but there's overprotectiveness going on here. This is generally the card of the miser and having enough, but holding a little too tight and feeling like you don't. Although clearly she does. There's a sense of needing to organize and put in order going on here. The Nine of Coins, the independent woman is coming through strongly. Can she make room for the Empress to be present at the same time? This is in the daily realm. We're seeing the independent woman, the one in her garden that periodically checks out on things, but has plenty of coins stocked and stacked. But can she allow herself to be receptive to a new way of doing? That's what's coming through for air signs. And then the final card here is the Knight of Wands. It feels like charging forward once that 26 energy comes in. And some people might have to wait till, almost damn near February to have it come in. But it feels like that's the energy. It's letting go of something that is a little too chilled, a little too distant, a little too logical, a little too disconnected, and allowing fire to return in order to move forward. That's what I've got for the collective of the air signs. This is something they're just now stepping into. It's like they're just getting into this energy of this card, and this is the biggest energy that's in this spread for them. So that's what I've got, guys. That's what I've got for the air signs for today. All right, let me get a little bit of water, and if the list is complete, then we'll close out the show. If you want to get on the list, last call right now. And either way, the voice is starting to go. We can kind of hear it, so we'll see how it goes. If there is one last reading or anything like that, Kim will let me know. If you want to get on the list, let Kim know, and we'll work it out. But if not, we'll let it go. You felt like that was a personal read. Wowza. Yeah, this is why I like to do the elements, because we have different placements of different elements going on. And it is fun to kind of just check the pulse of something. And sometimes we'll know, oh, we know that air sign. Oh, we know who that earth sign is. Oh, we know who's that fire sign. We know. And sometimes it's getting in touch with that. So, yeah. Okay. It's clear. Okay, guys. Well, then I probably am going to call it. I think we got all of the elementals done. But I'm going to call it for today. And I will be back again on Monday at 11. I don't know if I'll be on any sooner than that. I may not. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But I'm going to go rest the vocal cords and see what's going on. Grab some lunch. Thank you for doing this with me. And thank you for being here today. I love, love, love doing this. So much love for you guys. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Be gentle and kind to yourselves. And be kind to each other. All right. Very much love, everybody. Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye.